The summer. So warm, so bright, so calm. Let's ruin it by roasting people. NerdWire, your popular nerd culture water cooler channel, boasting over 300,000 subscribers at the time of recording this. They posted a video showing us the proof that Teen Titans Go isn't total garbage. Listen, wire hangers, I already did a top 10 best episode list, so you're not getting any brownie points here. But before I dive into this topic, I like quite a bit of NerdWire videos. In fact, check out NerdWire, they're pretty neat. But anyway, let's pick apart this video.
The internet loves to hate on Teen Titans Go. Honestly, I'm with you dudes. The animation blows, the show is absolutely 0% plot driven, and most damningly, its very existence spits in the face of the original Teen Titans series that a whole generation fell madly in love with.
Listen lady, you're about 5 years too late at this point. You may have gotten some internet love back when the show started, when everyone and their mother wanted to talk about how Teen Titans Go somehow ruins Teen Titans, but you're posting this a little too late. Wait a minute, July 28th, 2018? Wait, when was the Teen Titans Go movie? Let me see. Oh my god, you're trend surfing. You're trend surfing.
Shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you!
But seriously, if you believe the animation sucks and that it's a poor continuation of Teen Titans, that's completely fine. But to say that Teen Titans Go sucks because of the fact it isn't plot driven is a bad argument. On one hand, I'm assuming you're not inadvertently saying that a show has to be plot driven to be good. On the other, are you saying that a Teen Titans show has to be plot driven in order to be good because the original is? The Looney Tunes is a very loose, freeform, skit-heavy comedic take. The Looney Tunes show is a highly plot-driven, more chill, more restrictive, with its on-model animation style take. Even if you didn't like Teen Titans Go, that isn't to say that it is impossible to create a funny superhero show that wasn't plot-driven revolving around the Teen Titans. It's that this execution of it didn't tailor towards your interests. Oh crap, it's been 15 minutes. Let the lady speak.
To be fair, if you remove TTG from TTOG's shadow, it's not the absolute worst. Yeah, it's pretty immature and hashtags so random, but it isn't exactly annoying orange bad.
I always love this argument. The argument that a show is better than another show that's bad, so that makes the other show look much better in return. Let's use that logic in other areas. Look man, getting your toenail ripped off is pretty bad, but it's not like getting shot in the face bad. It's still bad. Very bad. I'm legitimately holding my foot while recording this because I already feel the pain. But on the whole, Teen Titans Go, while random in a lot of areas, actually has some logic towards the show. The idea, and it was heavily proven within the movie, is that they are a superhero group that are super immature, but somehow gets the job done most of the time. This has led them into being ostracized by any other more mature group, and that's why many people enjoyed the movie, because in the movie, their immaturity is put to the test, as they deal with bigger superheroes, and they have to overcome a serious challenge for once. I know the general consensus is that the show has no serious moments in it, but come on, for 90 minutes, I showed this to not be the case. If I am to understand you correctly, you're complimenting the show for providing educational and moral value within the show, stating while silly, Pyramid Scheme actually shows you the dangers of going into one. While I do also think Pyramid Scheme is a pretty good episode, it has a really good song, where were you when Black Friday taught us the importance of not letting Black Friday get in between relationships, and when Cat's Fancy dived into the aspect of majorly changing yourself to appeal to someone else? And what about when Think About Your Future taught the Titans about finances? Heck, even in a comedic sense, oh yeah, taught the Titans not to get their head inflated about being a professional at something that they can get seriously hurt in. And these were all in the same season. Also, the bigger point here, Teen Titans was not known for being educational. It was known for a group of 5 that kicked butt and grew together.
Season 3, episode 30, Finally a Lesson. Holy wow, this episode is pretty smart too. In Finally a Lesson, Robin teaches the Teen Titans how to finance a property. Now this is the kind of useful stuff we could have learned in school.
Teen Titans Go isn't a show that was built to teach morals. It was built as a show to be insanely wacky and funny while retaining a little bit of the superhero aspect. If smart shows were your cup of tea, you wouldn't have went to Teen Titans Go in the first place, especially season 3. The only reason I bring this up is that it's very dissonant to hear a point about Teen Titans Go not living up to what Teen Titans did, then to hear that you like Teen Titans Go because it's educational. Wouldn't a better example there there be an episode where the Titans actually had a big monster to fight with motivations, it strained the team, and they actually ended up on top? Either way, you're implying here that Teen Titans Go isn't total garbage because it has a few educational episodes, even though it isn't the focus nor intention of the show. Or you're saying that of the garbage, it teaches you real world values in a few specific episodes, which, bro, it's comedy. Laugh a little.
Man, I wish I would have paid closer attention to the show instead of making fun of how god-awful it is. Just kidding. That was time well spent. Seriously, this episode is great. Robin teaches you how to buy rental property to turn a profit on investment. Homeboy breaks down the importance of building equity, lowballing your real estate agent, and how to finance your purchase with a down payment and a bank loan. I wish that they hadn't blah-blahed Robin's advice on improving your credit score, though. That information is not boring when you're 27 years old and drowning in debt.
Look, I'm sure you're a lovely 27-year-old behind the scenes. You and I, we can go to the beach, take long walks, discuss how in the world you got that Series bar at the bottom I want so freaking badly. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to tell you something that I don't think anyone in pre-production told you. Teen Titans Go is a show marketed towards children. The idea of saying that an episode can be better if Robin didn't blah blah information that would be helpful to a 27-year-old ruins the point of Teen Titans Go, which I know the title makes it seem like that's your idea, but it's not. So don't hide behind your series name there. That episode, while I don't necessarily like it and I reviewed it a while back in a 5-part special, explains the gist of the topic, enough for a young child to understand. They do that because that's their audience. If you wanted something tailored towards you, you probably shouldn't use a show that you don't like to teach you financial advice on a network tailored towards 12-year-olds. Oh my god.
Season 4, episode 41, Throne of Bones. This episode rocks. Literally. It introduces kids to the realest genre of music there is! Metal!
Okay, I'm sorry, can you do that again?
Metal!
Metal! I can't do it. It's too perfect. Wait, one more time. Metal! Anyway, we get an episode where she likes it because of the metal aspect. It looks cool, it's a nice world, but she just can't help herself.
But, the episode isn't without any demerits. The fact that the episode ended with Robin saving the team from Metal World with smooth jazz made me extremely angry.
Why did it make you angry? This is also a problem within the video. Rather than clearly liking or not liking aspects of an episode, she'd much rather dance around the topic. And look, I'm not asking for a 50-minute long detail of the rise and fall of a show, but just give me one sentence. It feels like you didn't like the episode because you don't like smooth jazz. Maybe you plugged this line because Kenny G wouldn't give you a retweet. It's okay, girl. We know your Twitter struggles. Anyway, it's weird that you didn't mention a popular musical episode that everyone likes. 40%, 40%, 20%.
Season 3, episode 10, 40%, 40%, 20%.
She said it. I'm in the minority here, but I never personally liked this episode. I never found it to be a good episode. It was a good music video, sure, but the episode wasn't really that appealing to me. I didn't like the motivations here. It felt like Cyborg could have been used better to transition into the cool 80s style, and they would do a better job in the 4-part special. See, NerdWire, I actually give reasons, then talk like this, and sound totally like a nerd. Metal!
Season 3, episode 9, The Fourth Wall. The reason why I love this episode is—
No. Let me explain why I don't like the episode. My explanation comes first, my channel, my rules. The Fourth Wall was a bitter episode strawmanning the criticisms of many fans and detractors of the show, and condensing them down into a supervillain whom they already utilized poorly. So they spent a large majority of the episode trying to appeal to what they think the audience would want, when in reality all they do is come off like the spoiled rich kid who's upset that no one came to their ultra fancy birthday party. It's actually funny that you placed your comments on the Fourth Wall adjacent to 40-40-20, because the intentions of the Fourth Wall are actually utilized better in 40-40-20. All over the Fourth Wall, the show in a meta sense tries to give its audience what they think they want and show how ridiculous it would be, with the implication that the audience would go, whoa, wow, this is actually an improvement, when the show wasn't really meant to be that in the first place. Guess what? That's actually 40%, 40%, 20%. Many people, including yourself, love what the episode had to offer in the meta sense. It gave you what you want, made you go, whoa, wow, this is actually an improvement, but the show was never meant to be that in the first place. It's almost as if you kind of missed the point of the episode, but educate me. Why'd you like the Fourth Wall?
Control Freak shows the gang old episodes of their original show, and even they have to admit that their new show is freaking garbage. The new Teen Titans watch the whole shebang of TTOG in one sitting because it's just that good. Clearly this episode is a dig at the Warner Brothers top brass that decided that TTG was a better direction for the brand than TTOG.
No, it was a dig at the audience to show them while old fans see the new show as not for them, they are proud to give the new generation a different version of the show that appeals to their interests and entertainment preferences. Hence why at the end they say so.
Reboot us if you want, control freak, but we are proud of who we are and what we represent. And we are not changing any of that based on your evil whims.
If you were so confident that the episode was a dig at Warner Brothers for doing what they did to Teen Titans, and was trying to say that their show is garbage, but it does well anyway, then you'd be the most naive person in the world to have a favorite episode that acknowledges that while you may not like it, they're here to stay. They don't. They didn't in that episode. While a good section of casual fans rejected the show because it wasn't Teen Titans 2, a good section of people tried the show and didn't like the show because while they were open to the idea of a comedic show, their version of comedy didn't appeal to them. Not that they're garbage because they didn't have character development like Control Freak said. Now, this NerdWire video isn't all bad. We actually come to an agreement at the end.
Season 4, episodes 44 and 45, Self-Indulgent. Piggybacking on the meta-awareness of the fourth wall, the 200th episode Spectacular is existentially depressing and gives us some insight as to why Teen Titans Go isn't living up to our high expectations. This episode starts off by introducing the entire production crew behind the show in animated style to give you a behind-the-scenes look at just how many people it takes to make one 20-minute episode of Teen Titans Go. The Titans even try making their own episode and realize that making genre-defying content is next to impossible with a limited budget, rushed deadlines, and apathetic CEOs.
The 200th episode, Self-Indulgent, is a pretty good episode. It's a fun and wacky dive into the meta sense of making a show. While we would get other meta jabs like in the fourth wall, this would be the time in which we get incredibly meta. The voice actors talk to the characters in which they voice, and it's a funny episode that has a fun story on top of the smart humor they interlace, giving a layered comedic episode. The problem I have here is that she appears to like it for reasons the show would go on to not deliver so much of in the future. And that's kind of the overall problem with this video. It tries to show its detractors episodes they may like, by the way super late for that idea, but totally disrespects the intentions and goal of the show. The show wasn't meant to be smart. So to make the show look smart so that its detractors like the show is more clickbait than my own thumbnails. Imagine if I went to my Rise and Fall series explaining why fishhooks didn't work because it didn't follow a realistic high school logic, or that Invader Zim isn't total garbage because in a few episodes, they are smart about the logic of an alien trying to hide in a world full of humans. You'd say that I missed the entire point of the show. While I do enjoy NerdWire from a media company standpoint, and they did grow a bigger fan base than I, it does pain me to say that this video is not up to snuff. They totally missed the point of the show and try to convince a crowd that isn't going to give the show a shot. To the crowd that wants a Teen Titans revival and does not care about Teen Titans Go, watch the video for yourself and tell me, did that video convince you to like the show? It is possible that I'm wrong, and my way of showing you what the show is about at its core, in my interpretation, before showing you their best episodes that show you what the show is about at its bare bones, is a wrong way to convince people that Teen Titans Go isn't the worst show in the world. But this video doesn't convince me, and it also tells me as a fan of the show that they aren't knowledgeable on the show. Also, view-wise, it didn't wire a lot of their audience. Anyway, I'm gonna give the video a 3 out of 10 bamboos. I'm going into my nuclear bunker before NerdWire blocks me on Twitter. Let me know whose argument was better. Special thanks to the patrons of June and Whitney. Just know that my Twitter DMs are open, you know, for like a collab. As always, guys, take care. Alpha out.